What's up, YouTubers? It's Ernie, Blerd Without Fear. Welcome back to the channel. I originally wanted to do all of this in one video, but then I realized there was a lot going on, so we had to split this up into two. It's actually going to wind up being a lot of videos. Well, maybe not a lot. Maybe more like 4 or 5. I don't plan things. But before we get started, if this is your first time checking out my channel and you want to see more awesome videos like this one, it only takes 2 clicks to become one of Earth's mightiest subscribers. Click, click. We are picking back up with Hunt for Wolverine, the story so far. And I gotta admit, so far, I'm actually kind of intrigued. There are actually some good stories here to tell. In one of these, we're gonna be looking at Claws of a Killer, number 1 and number 2. In Arizona, something weird is going down. Like, government black ops off the books, nothing but pages of black bars because it's so secret, it's been redacted so much. Weird. Someone is experimenting on the small, less than 400 people population of this podunk town in Arizona. And guess who's helping? Wolverine. And whatever he's helping them do, it's killing the people in the area, which probably isn't weighing on his conscience so much since he's also claw stabby killing people there as well. Deathstrike and Sabretooth have a lead on his adamantium signature in the area. They ask for help from one of the most unlikeliest people as well, Daken, Wolverine's estranged son, who has no love for his father and is quite pleased with the fact that he's dead. He couldn't be happier unless he killed the man himself. Truth is, everyone at the table wishes that they'd done it themselves, for one reason or another, especially Deathstrike. And they make a pact to find him and kill him, and if they find him and he's already dead, kill him again, just to be sure. Again, Daken doesn't want any part of this, but curiosity gets the better of him and he tags along. Not like he has any pressing comic book appearances to worry about. Once Deathstrike and Sabretooth arrive on the scene with Daken to that quaint little podunk town in Arizona, the place is desolate, no one around for miles, and Daken quickly notices he doesn't smell Logan anywhere. But something has to be there if the adamantium signal is going off. When Sabretooth and Deathstrike go searching for answers, leaving Daken in the car like you wouldn't leave your child or your dog, he wanders off, eventually running into those Black Ops guys working alongside Wolverine, and a bar full of dead bodies. Nothing he and his claws can't handle, especially since his healing factor is working, unlike his father's before he died. Get over it. But that doesn't last long. The Black Ops guys are hanging back and watching though, because all of the dead bodies that were on the bar floor are zombified, a side effect of the experiment that is being run. One of them bites Daken on the leg and his healing factor shuts down, much like Logan's did before he died. All of the zombies swarm him and begin tearing him apart. Yeesh. These Black Ops men, who happen to be a part of something called the Sotera Kill Team, they rescue Daken, sort of, but not before reporting their findings from these supposed zombified test subjects. They seem concerned with the fact that the reanimation is successful, but with cognitive defects. Layman's terms, them being zombies. Deathstrike and Sabretooth are still having no luck trying to find out where this adamantium signature is coming from, and they end up being attacked by the zombies no different than Daken was. They manage to fight him off, but not before Sabretooth takes a bite on the hand. And once their getaway is destroyed, this is when Sabretooth starts to take notice of the fact his healing factor is also not working. And now with Deathstrike and Sabretooth on the run from these zombified test subjects, and both of them starting to not trust each other, now we're left to wonder what else they're gonna have to contend with. Meanwhile, Daken recovers, sort of. His healing factor is still turned off, and we realize that Sotera Kill Team 9 is going to try and take him in as an asset. Fortunately for Daken, he manages to escape. Well, sort of. Then we fast forward to the mystery and Madripoor side of things. And this is where we find Kitty Pryde's personal team, a team of X-Men each who have a history with Wolverine. Psylocke, a woman who was a comrade in arms to Wolverine and a very close friend. Jubilee, someone who kind of looked up to him as a father figure. Storm, another person who also has been a long-time confidant and comrade of Wolverine, and may have even shared some kissy face once or twice. Rogue, another character who's also had kind of a father figure relationship with him, as well as also being a longtime friend and confidant. And Domino, a woman that Wolverine has kind of been all over the place with, but not as an X-Man, more as a member of X-Force. They band together to try and figure out what's going on because they all have a vested interest in Wolverine, which takes them to Madripoor, a place that was home to Wolverine back in the 1930s and 40s. And Magneto already knows that they're there. He's waiting for them the second they land at the airport. But he's not there to do battle, even though right now Magneto and the X-Men have a very tense relationship. And the X-Men really have no reason to trust him, but he offers a gesture of good faith. He offers to meet with them later at a place called the King's Impresario restaurant, and he also knows that Psylocke is present, and as another part of his gesture of good faith, he's not going to bring his helmet, the thing that protects him from psychic abilities. But the thing that kind of strikes us as weird is that they're being watched. A powerful psychic by the name of Mind Blast has been keeping an eye on them since they landed in Madripoor. Something clearly isn't right. The women of X go to the Princess Bar, a place that was important to Wolverine's secret past in Madripoor, and they meet a man by Mr. Halliday. And when they say the secret password, Yashida, it seems to catch him off guard, but he knows what that password means is that these people are clearly friends. Better than that, family. He takes him to a secret room that Wolverine had built when the bar was rebuilt. And this is kind of where we get to see a piece of all the different parts of Logan's past that kind of connects him to the women of X who have chosen to hunt him down. Storm finds the Panther Totem that she gave Wolverine as a peace offering, and this reminds her of the time when Wolverine first came to the X-Men, how uncomfortable he was being there, to the point that he would never take off his costume. And she remembers this totem as the peace offering that she gave him in hopes that they became better friends. Something that kind of helped them bond and become something that has always kind of made the X-Men interesting. Family. Rogue finds a letter from Carol Danvers. And this is also really telling because we also have to remember that Rogue got the majority of her powers, her super strength, her flight, her invulnerability. She stole this Kree power from Carol Danvers permanently. And Rogue finds the letter that Carol left for Logan. And it's a very, very haunting letter to read. But this letter also reveals how Carol Danvers felt betrayed when Rogue stole her powers away, and how they were harboring the mutant who did it. It also catalogs the time where Carol Danvers asked Wolverine to kill Rogue, to balance the scales and make things right. And this brings Rogue to tears because she now knows the truth about how Wolverine looked at her, that despite the fact that he was asked to kill her, he never once tried. And even Psylocke sees one of the samurai statues in the secret room and remembers the times that her and Wolverine would train together, meditate together, renewing them why they're doing what they're doing. And they go to the King's Impresario restaurant to meet with Magneto. And this is when Psylocke realizes that there's a problem, but by the time she realizes it, it's too late. The reason why she couldn't get a read on Magneto is because he wasn't really there. It was Mind Blast playing an illusion on them. And this is when Viper reveals herself and her femme fatales as Knockout, Bloodlust, and Snake Whip, and Sapphire Sticks make short work of the women of X. Kitty manages to phase Jubilee and Domino out of harm's way as they make their escape through the sewer. Meanwhile, the Femme Fatales take Rogue, Psylocke, and Storm hostage, and we discover Magneto has been trapped in their secret base and has been mentally tortured and rendered catatonic. Viper seems to have a mysterious benefactor, someone whose name we never get, but we do see mention of a familiar name from Claws of a Killer. Sotera. Who is this secret group? We don't know, but we do know that whoever they are pulling some crazy experiments across the globe, and are likely the culprits responsible for Wolverine's disappearance. Speaking of disappearance, we discover that Sapphire Sticks has a bit of a problem, and even the mysterious benefactor is aware of it, that she gets hungry and starts sapping people of their psychic energy, and right now she has her clutches on Psylocke, and she's preparing to sap Psylocke dry. But before she can sate her thirst, she discovers that Patch has returned, clutching an unconscious Psylocke, and it looks like he isn't pleased with what Sapphire Sticks has done with Psylocke. But the question remains, is this the legitimate Patch? Is this actually Logan, or is this Mystique pretending to be Logan, a former ex-villain and X-Man who has a long history with Wolverine? Or could this possibly be Psylocke projecting Wolverine's image as a last-ditch effort to save her own life? We don't know. But anyways, it's kind of weird. Originally, I was more interested in Claws of a Killer than I was in the Mystery and Madripoor series, but it come to find out, it's actually kind of flipped. Claws of a Killer is kind of faded off for me, and even though technically it has some cool stuff going on in it, it's not scratching that itch about about the question of where Wolverine is. The idea of a Wolverine clone or cyborg or even actual Wolverine himself working with some Black Ops secret organization was really cool, but it just kind of disappeared in the second issue. Whereas in this one, we don't really get initial confirmation of what's up with Wolverine in the first issue of Mystery in Madripoor, but we do get a taste of things to come in Mystery in Madripoor number 2. But anyways, let me know what you think about the hunt for Wolverine so far in Claws of a Killer number 1 and 2 and Mystery in Madripoor number 1 and number 2. Sound off in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, Hulk smash that like button. And if you want to see more awesome videos like this one, make sure you click subscribe so you can become one of Earth's mightiest subscribers and tap the bell so you know when I post up. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and hopefully I'll see you all next time. Plus Ultra!